Mismatched madness. Gents, you know what I'm talking about. It's a clashing of patterns and colors that make your outfit look like a chaotic art project. Now I get it, most men go through life never learning how to properly match clothing. Well, because I don't want you to be a poorly dressed man, I'm going to teach you the basic rules in less than a minute. First up, start small. As a beginner, stick to the classics, solid stripes and checks. Limit the number of patterns to 2 and always have a solid. Next, understand pattern scale. As we start to get more advanced and you're combining patterns, you want to mix smaller patterns with larger patterns. Example, small stripes on a shirt with larger checks on a jacket. Next up, we've got coordinating colors. When you're coordinating colors, you find a color that's similar or one that complements the colors next to it. As you can see, this shirt, necktie, they've got very different patterns, but they do have that blue color in common. So because of the color and we're mixing different scales, different types of patterns, this combination could work. Next up, let's talk about solid separators. Your trousers are always a safe bet, but if you're just getting started matching patterns, make sure to keep your jacket solid or wear solid colored shirts. Yes, you can have fun with patterns and shirts, but a safer place, neckties and pocket squares. Once you know these rules and with a little bit of practice, you start matching 3 patterns. And by the way, I'm not counting my trousers, which are solid, but just to have a little bit of fun here and knowing the rules, we could easily bring in a 4th pattern. And by the way, if you're curious which necktie I would choose, stick around to the end of this video. Now, speaking of matching colors, you don't want to overdo this. You don't want your tie to match your pocket square. Whenever I see this combination, I cringe because I know this guy is trying, but even if he bought them separate and did the combination himself, to me, a matching tie and pocket squares screams those cheap sets sold at box stores for guys that just don't want to think. No, you don't want this combination to match exactly. You want your clothing to complement. Again, complement is where the colors work with each other or the patterns or textures play off each other. The next sign of a poorly dressed man, when he tucks in his shirt, he looks like a muffin top. Now, unfortunately, this can be hard to fix. It helps if the shirt fits you perfectly, has longer tails, so you can tuck it in properly, and if you've got a fit body type, no stomach. Usually, you can do something like the military tuck and keep the muffin top at bay for at least a few minutes. But the reality is very few of us have that perfect combination, and even then, if you're a bit active, it seems like you're retucking your shirt every 5 minutes. The solution? The shirt stay. If you've never seen shirt stays, this is gonna blow your mind. I personally started using shirt stays when I was in the United States Marine Corps. It was one of those secret hacks to keep your dress uniform looking good despite being active out there marching, being in a parade. I remember being at a Marine Corps ball and the guys took their jackets off and we're all doing pull-ups because that's what you do after you've been drinking and having a good time, but you could clearly tell the guys that were wearing shirt stays from the guys that weren't, because after doing 20 pull-ups jumping off that bar, you'd have guys whose shirts are coming out. Other guys, they looked sharp still, and that's why I love shirt stays, because no matter what you throw at them, they are going to keep that shirt tucked in. If you've got a shirt whose tails aren't super long, if you're carrying extra weight around the midsection, it doesn't matter. The shirt stay is going to keep your shirt tucked in all day. Now, where to get your shirt stays at? Well, I'm going to recommend a veteran-owned business that's been around since 2014 and makes their products in the United States. That company is today's sponsor, Mr. Shirt. Now, what I love about Mr. Shirt's shirt stays is that he's got all 4 varieties. Now, the style that I was most familiar with in the Marines was the Y style. As you can tell by its shape, that's how it gets its name, but it connects to your socks and then to the bottom of your shirt via 2 easy-to-use connectors. And I have to admit, the Y is still my favorite, but I love the fact that they've got this other type, which they call the Mr. Shirt Original, that actually fastens around the thigh. Just like the Y, it connects to the bottom of your shirt, but because it goes around the thigh, you can actually wear this when you're wearing no-show socks, or even if you're wearing shorts, you want to keep your shirt tucked in. But the reality is just a lot of guys find this style more comfortable. Now, they also have the classic stirrup style. This one doesn't connect to the socks. It actually just goes around the foot. And they've also got a deluxe version, which on one side of the shirt will connect to 3 points. Now, why would you want the deluxe? Well, if you've got really baggy shirts or you are a big boy, that's where I think that this is going to be very useful. Now, here's the deal, gents. I've tested, I've used Mr. Shirt's products, and these are the best quality I've ever seen. They're made to be durable. They're made to be washable. And their clips are really sturdy. They're not going to snap off. They are easy to use. Like always, I take care of you guys. Down in the description of today's video, I've got a link with the best deal you're going to find out there on the web. Seriously, guys, this deal is not going to be around forever. Oh, and did I mention they've got a money-back guarantee? So again, gents, go over and check them out. Awesome company. Proud to support them. Now, what about monochromatic looks? When somebody wears the same color head to toe. I mean, if you're invited to one of those summer wear white parties, it makes sense. Or if you're wearing a dark colored suit and all your accessories, everything there is dark in color as well. It allows the eyes to go up and down. I see why you would do that. that. My only reservations here are one, sometimes it can be a bit overpowering. Example, if you've got lighter colored skin, if you've got light colored hair and you're wearing all black, that combination is almost too stark of a contrast with your skin tone. My other issue with monochromatic looks is they're often a bit more casual. So if you get invited to a fancy event, you're wearing all dark colors, the lack of contrast with the shirt, in particular a white shirt, sends a signal that you don't know the dress code. And that takes me to the next sign of a poorly dressed man. He has no event awareness. So here's the deal, gents. There's always a dress code. Yes, I agree, there are rarely official dress codes laid out, but there's always an expectation of the group that you're meeting up with in the way that you will present yourself. I mean, think about it. If you're going out for a casual stroll with a few of your friends and you're dressed to the nines, seriously, you're wearing black tie or a three-piece suit and your friends are in shorts, t-shirts, and ball caps, you not only are going to look out of place, you're actually going to make your friends feel a little bit out of place. A well-dressed man always considers the unspoken dress code. He understands if he's attending an event, if he's going out to meet people, there are certain expectations. So do your research, ask if you need to, but meet those expectations to ensure that everyone has a good time. The next sign of a poorly dressed man, the logo overload. Now, I get it. You like Gucci. You're in the street style. You like Bathing Ape. You like Supreme. Hey, whatever your brand is, that's cool. But here's the thing. Be careful of those logos that are absolutely huge. I think it was Polo years ago that actually took their logo and put it all over some of their clothing, almost like a pattern. It was tacky then and it is tacky now. Gents, when it comes to logos, unless you're getting paid by the company, be really careful about those large ones. Yes, I get it. You really like the clothing. It's got a small, discreet logo. Okay, that's cool. But in general, avoid the pieces with large logos, especially when you're traveling and you're in that market and you find, that big Gucci shirt and it's got Gucci written all over, and you were able to snag it for $5. Most likely, this is a counterfeit piece, and yeah, it's just not going to look good on you. Next up, let's talk about the sports jersey. I love sports jerseys. They support your team, but outside of that context, just day-to-day wear, be really careful about jerseys. They are overplayed. I see so many guys thinking, and you spend a good amount of money on that jersey. I get it. You want to get more use out of it. I actually have a nephew that'd probably be triggered by this point because he is a huge Lakers fan and wears their jerseys all the time. Because the reality is a sports jersey is meant to be worn in a sports setting. Because of its design, because of its colors, it's never going to be something that really is made for day-to-day wear. Even though tons of people are doing it, I'm just wanting you to be a better dressed man, not, a poorly dressed man. Now let's talk about sandals. I personally like sandals. They've got a storied history. Archaeologists have found sandals that are thousands of years old that served men who were explorers and were out there making things happen. In hot weather, they're incredibly comfortable. And when the right styles are worn with the right type of casual clothing, I think it can look good. But mixing sandals with dressier clothing and thinking it's going to fly doesn't work. Mixing sandals with socks, despite what some of the celebrities are trying to convince you it looks good. No, it doesn't. But yet some guys continue to do it. Hey, I'm just doing a public service here. Don't mix sandals with socks. It's just a bad combination. And speaking of socks, I could always identify my German friends when I was living in this international hostel because they would wear these dark colored athletic socks whenever we'd go to the gym. And they'd make fun of us for the light colored socks because their point was, you're going to get these things dirty and stained up and you're going to have to throw them away sooner than we'll have to throw away ours. I don't know why I just told you that story, but it just brought back a good memory. But the point I'm hitting on here is white athletic socks do not belong with any of your formal footwear. Again, it seems obvious, it seems simple, but I'm doing a public service right here, reminding you gents just getting into dressing a little bit better, the athletic socks should stick with your athletic shoes. Next up, your shoes. White sneakers should be white and clean. Your dress shoes should be clean and polished. A man that doesn't take care of the foundation of his wardrobe is a poorly dressed man. Now, earlier I was talking about which necktie would I choose for this outfit. And the answer is I wouldn't choose any of them. I know it was a trick question, but the answer, guys, look at this necktie right here. You've got a solid navy blue mixed in with this brown. You've got the pocket square right here that has a polka dot pattern on it. You've got the stripes right here in the shirt. The reality is I was already pushing it. I had 3 patterns, so to introduce another pattern, that was just going to be busy. This solid necktie works so much better. And that right there takes me to my next sign of a poorly dressed man. He's trying to do too much with his clothing. You know what I'm talking about, the guy that's wearing too much jewelry. He's got too much going on with all the bright colors in his outfit. No, a well-dressed man, in my opinion, is someone that embraces subtlety. Everything that he puts on, the way that he dresses, the way that he grooms himself, it's all brought together. The well-dressed man focuses in on fit. He He focuses in on quality. He doesn't try to overdo it, and he's practiced putting together outfits that just make him look good. Now, gents, if you enjoyed this video, you are going to love this one. Yeah, check it out. Boom, click right there. Continue your viewing experience. Don't leave. Come on. Boom, click it right there. Oh, yeah. Come on. It's getting heavy.